Welcome back, everybody. GG.bet Chicago Invitational. This is Dinko. My name is Trace. Dinko, I want to hear you try to replicate that growl sort of frustration that I just heard. What do you think? There it is. Okay, that's not bad. You're good sport about it. All right. Anyway, so we do have another map on our hands. It's going to be Mirage, and well, we had quite the turn of events there in the first map.
Yeah, we did. Obviously, Windigo, they fell a little bit flat. I think the big players there, Ships and Poison, I think Ships is the only one that had really even slight amount of skill level being shown, but Poison definitely looked very weak and flat, I have to say.
Yes, flat indeed, and I don't believe that this is the knife round. Looks like we're going to be jumping right into a pistol. We have one kit smoke over here for Windigo. Meanwhile, two smokes, flash, and a Molotov for Nordavind. Had to really think about that Norwegian word. Don't want to let Norway down as a whole.
Yeah, they have some really weird words. Really difficult to say.
Really strange people, too. Halvor Gullestol would actually...
Yeah, we know some of them.
Actually closer than you could even imagine. Either way, here we go. Poison with the drop, but no frags to his name. That's not been a pretty start for the side of Indigo.
No, if Nordavind can continue to show that momentum that they gathered on the first map of Overpass, they come into this one sort of looking strong, then definitely I could see a world in which Nordavind pull the upset, because this has definitely been a new face to the team, and Windigo again seem to have the similar problems, but it's going to be Harry picking up a kill. Defuse coming in through the smoke, and it's happened for Windigo. The defuse just comes in, and that is just so heartbreaking for Nordavind. They played it so well, it's just the defuse in the smoke.
I think the most accurate way to describe this is, what in tarnation was that?
Yeah.
How did he get the diffuse off?
He just sat in the smoke, I guess. A lot of his teammates to have some crazy plays. But here's the odds from GG.bet. 1.21 for Windigo. They're the favorites on this one by quite a significant margin, as Nordavind has only got 4.08. So it's not looking good for their chances, but I feel like that'll probably change as we move into the later stages of Mirage. As Harry, hungry for a kill, goes towards the ramp. It will be a shot landed, but it's Blocker who'll take the kill. And so, the CT side, they'll keep that advantage. Kensky finished off. They'll actually extend upon it as well, as Blocker able to pick that one up. And the rest of Nordavind will meet the same fate, it seems.
Yes, it's true. Not much you can do against these weapons here. Windigo really getting away with murder in the first round. And what looks like will be their second round, unless Halzerk can do something berserk, rather. But that's just probably not on the cards. 3 kills for Blocker, 1 for Bubble. And they just need to figure out where this last player is. And with this push from Ships and the side of B Halls, it should be sooner rather than later that this round ends.
Well, Halzerk doing his best. There will be 1 kill actually picked up, so prevents the clean sheet from Windigo. Can he get anything more? He can pick up that weapon, that's for sure. Well, he's looking for it. There's not going to be one available, it seems. And so he'll just run away back over towards T-spawn. 40 seconds to play with. Does he want to go and just try and take as many fights as possible? Obviously, he would love to die before time ends. He'll keep Kevlar. He'll look for a little bit of a fight to take, but here he goes. He will be finished off by victor. 2-0 for Windigo. Certainly the start they were looking for, and actually a pretty clean one. They only lose Ships, so very solid start.
That it is. 2-0. And they're still going to be able to hold on to some of these rifles. Meanwhile, Nordavind gearing up along this wall known as the Atlantic. Maybe not so much that we're on Mirage, but either way, here we are holding on, and perhaps even Nordavind able to grab this round. They're giving themselves more of a fighting chance now that they have some weapons.
Look at the amount of creeps. It's pretty crazy. We've seen that actually from Nordavind earlier. They love to go towards this creep meta. They're also one of the teams that like to adapt early to new metas and just try and become masters of it early, because they kind of feel like it gives them an edge, right? If you're going up against some of the better teams, you have something you can wield. So this is their best chance of picking up a round early on Mirage. Well, actually, the best chance is probably the pistol, but we'll not talk about that. We'll let that one slide. Just
kind of let it disappear as if it never happened, and then that's kind of how things work in the real world. You know, if you just kind of ignore them, they go away, I think.
You wish.
Yeah, don't do that. Actually, don't do that at all. Not recommended. Croman with some sort of god smoke here, and he's gonna be smoking off the window room.
Yeah, well, FAMAS, I guess I've always had this sort of problem. I don't know what the plural of FAMAS is. Is it just FAMAS? Is it FAMASI? Something?
The FAMASI. Now that's an interesting one.
Or FAMI. Could be any of them.
FAMASes?
Yeah. It's like a sheep, right? You don't have a sheeps. It's just a sheep. So I guess.
Yeah, like deer. I don't think it'd ever be deers. But anyway, all that aside, here we have round number 3 on the cards. Blocker going to be holding down the connector because it's going to be Nordavind on the other side of the smoke. That mid area, Bubble about to get pistoled down on, and by 6 pistol down, it's going to be Krieg. Ooh. Quite the peek there from Harry. It's a blocker that just outright dies.
Well, Victor is trying to hide, using his teammate as a bit of a human bit, but it will not amount to much as he is finished off by Halzerk. Ships tries his best again with the AUG, but he's got so much in the bank here. He's got utility left over, he's got the Kevlar, he's just got to run away, try and save that one into the next one. And Nordavind, a pretty good gun run, I have to say. You know, they only lose 1 player. That's a good sign moving forward on the T side. Ships desperately just trying to hang on to the AUG. And we've seen, yeah, like I said earlier, everyone's seeming to go back to the M4. The vast majority of people are going back to the M4A4, but Ships has been a player that's stuck by the AUG. Loyal to the very end. And so, it will be the first on the board for Nordavind. Paul's coming in immediately here. Windigo, they've got USPs across the board, nothing else really to their name, so maybe a couple of upgraded pistols, Deagles, P250s. We'll see what they bring to the table.
Let us see, Dinko. Let us see. In the meantime, I want you to head over to csgo.net. csgo.net, sorry. Stumbled on my words there. But what can they see there, Dinko? Tell me what they can see.
Well, you can see some new cases every single week and discounts. You also use the code Chicago, and that's to get yourself a 30% more on your balance and also the chance to win some cool new skins.
Seems very, very nice. Of course, an official partner of the GG Bet, excuse me, not Cologne, Chicago Invitational.
I've done that.
Yeah.
It's definitely difficult when you sort of drill it into your head. But this is for a spot at I Am Chicago, another prestigious event that every single team will want to get to. In the United States this time, though. A little bit further you have to travel. Again, keeping the Krieg meta going. 4 of them. AK-47 for Harry over Windigo. It's a bit of a mix and match. They'll buy what they can. It's an MP9 for Mass. All gone 2-player as well. And Blocker with a Deagle. Certainly potent, but on paper you would not favor it. I'm against the buy of Nordavind, which has been bolstered by a hell of a lot of utility, which is something Windigo do not have. They have got a kit, though, so perhaps they can pull off some more Ninja Diffuse shenanigans.
Shenanigans are on the cards, and quite frankly, I do enjoy them from time to time. Perhaps we'll be enjoying some in this round. Blocker with the Deagle, and the rest of his team having something to fight with. But still, spread out pretty slow across the map will be Nordavind. Norwegians taking their sweet time getting out here and getting the fight taken to the opponent. Now they have mid control. Flash will come in off catwalk from Bubble, but not really going to do anything to hinder that of the progress that Nordavind's made.
Well, 35 seconds, Nordavind. You have to make a call eventually here where you want to go, and it seems as though it's the B bomb site, and Ships could be the thorn in their side as he will sit up inside the apartments. It's actually Poison who's picked up the first kill, holding off the short offensive as he gets 2 Ships, dealing the damage, dishing it out inside of the apartments, and it's all but over here. The Norwegians get nowhere near the B bomb site, and Rubino is looking a little bit shocked in the window.
Looking a little bit shocked, like a similar looking in headlights. Basically what we're looking at is him holding on to a Krieg and nowhere to go, nothing to do with it, and time running out. That's all she wrote. Windigo will pick up another round. We will look ahead to round number 5.
Well, round number 5 coming in. What have Nordavind brought to the table? That's a buy they should have not lost to. Again, you sort of get you become your own worst enemy in those kind of runs where you should be the winner, you have the better weapons, but you kind of just sit around. You're waiting for a couple of pushes. You're waiting for a mistake to be made. And by the time you look at the clock again, you've got 30 seconds and you have to make a decision. And that's when you walk into an unpredictable stack or a setup you're not expecting. And that's certainly where Windigo will thrive. And so back to winning ways. Let's see if Nordavind can do the same and win one to the loss. Shots being rattled in every direction. Bubble heads his way towards middle, starts to throw a couple of shots through the smokes. Molotov goes up towards window. That's going to force player into the corner, but Croman is desperately looking for something. And that's where Blocker is located, the connector. But Poison's been dropped to 30 HP. So it's actually quite equal damage done across the board here. And finally, first blood is drawn. It's Tensky, who's actually in the top 5 rated players. I think he's like the 5th rated player, maybe?
Is that what you think they go? Let's take a look. Actually, you are on to something.
So certainly having a good performance.
Yes, only having played 2 maps this far, but that's fine. A stat line is a stat line.
Exactly. It's something we can take.
A W is a W, and that's all you need to know. Speaking of needing to know, Nordavind need to know what the hell is going on here in this map. Bomb rotating back towards the A site. And alongside it will be that of Tinsky in the halls. And then doing a little bit of catch-up will be Croman of once FaZe fame. Now let's just see if he can string together something here for Nordavind. Victor playing from the ticket booth will have the drop. He will have the first shot on this Halls player. Excuse me, Palace player. Don't want to upset anyone out there. I know there's quite the dispute, the ongoing battle. But the smoke landing on the site. Tinsky with a peek and Victor being absolutely throttled.
Yeah, there's nothing much you can do about that. On another one from Tensky. This has just been the Tensky show for Nordavind. Windigo have no chance against the Krieg, and Halzerk will take another. And a good reply from Nordavind. You know, they fall to that last buy, but they come right back into it with a relatively weak buy themselves. Not a whole lot of utility available, a couple of players in the weaker weapons, but the Krieg from Tensky is enough to dispatch with Windigo.
That it is. We're going to be seeing another round here for the Norwegians. Chip's able to get something, brings him down to 5 HP, just scares him off enough to hold on to this rifle. No real reason to lose it going in the next round. Money could be somewhat okay for Windigo. Let's see if they can buy. Maybe some pistols will come out, but not a whole lot of investment that could come into play. We see a second one for the Norwegians. CSGO.net.
Yeah. Well, speaking of CSGO.net, you can use the code Chicago. And that certainly is an easy code to use because it's in the title of this tournament.
Yeah, you really can't mess that one up. In fact, if you want to go ahead and Control-T right now on your browser, type in csgo.net. I will spell out the code word for you. Just you type in chat when you're ready. Maybe a 1 or, you know, count to 100 or something. Anyway, Chicago, C-H-I-C-A-G-O, Chicago.
All in capitals.
All in capitals, and, of course, an official partner thereof, the GGBet Chicago Invitational. As we look at round number 6, Nordavind sitting pretty after finding himself a bomb plant last round. The back of some heroics from Tinsky. Really well done. Now they're going to try to spread it out a little bit more. Quite the number game for Windigo here on the A site.
Well, that's a great smoke coming in from the B apartments. It lands towards window, and that'll allow the players from underpass to get out safely, or at least they think that. Luckily, no one is up towards window, so they certainly will be. Rubino coming in. Pre-fires towards connector. Generally, that can be a position that can be a bit of a problem, but luckily, Rubino was ready for it. No one was there anyway from Windigo. So Nordavind just taking their time, clearing as many angles as possible. The smoke's actually faded, so they'll have to use another. So using up quite a bit of utility for this mid-take, but now that they've got it, they've got a whole load of options at their disposal. Like, look at this push through ramp. 2 players on the CT side have just walked right through T-spawn. They've got so much info on this.
Yeah, it's all laid out for them right now, but will they be able to cash in? Bubble being able to do a little bit of depositing, but meanwhile, Rubino keeping it competitive. 20 seconds on the clock. Now things need to turn around for Nordavind. They need to get the bomb down. Kinsey going for the Halls play again, not able to really net as much as he did last round. And Croman, with 10 seconds up on the clock, is going to try to grab the bomb. It was very ambitious, to say the least. And we're going to see a round on the board for Windigo. 4-2.
Starting to really look like a back-and-forth affair. Windigo win the first 2 in a row, but since then, there's not been 2 in a row from either side. So certainly a back-and-forth affair, and this was definitely disgusting from Bubble. Spraying away, gets the second through the smoke, and that's actually that's the bomb. So obviously that's the factor that slows the approach from Nordavind, causes so many problems for them. There's not a whole lot going on the TVs in Mirage.
No, I mean, they're pretty much stuck on one station. Maybe someone didn't pay the cable bill.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody's been around this shop anyway.
Yeah, it does look like it's been a little bit out of business. Kind of reminds me of Rust in a few ways. Anyway, totally different game. So there's that.
It is. They still have guns in that game, at least. So we'll try and find some similarities. But here is the Glocks for Nordavind. It's not a whole lot available to them. Nothing, in fact. Did they even go for any investment? And the answer is no. I'm just waiting for Rubino to buy just to spite me. But there's a Deagle. Harry's going to purchase it up. That drops him to $950. And 10 skill pick up one as well. Halzerk with the Scout. So super late buys coming in from Nordavind. But they do have something to work with at least. It's not a whole lot, but something that can so hopefully reap them some damage.
Hopefully can net them that. Still an uphill battle. A real way to spin this in a way that makes it super positive for the side of Nordavind. Windigo with 4 rounds and all the time in the world to work with.
The Scout is the weapon that's going to be used to soften up the opponents of Windigo. Hoping that the pistol is going to capitalize, but there is the kill on the Scout. Poison finished off, and that definitely is the combination you can use. You can use the pistols to get the initial damage and finish it off with a Scout as well. Definitely a few ways you can swing that, and it certainly is looking pretty good for Nordavind at the start of this one. That's already a kill to their name. Can another one come through for Harry? Unfortunately, no, as Victor will lock down the A-bomb side. But the rest of the troops from Nordavind starting their approach. The only player here is, of course, Victor. He's not got a teammate in the form of Bubble, who's arrived at the top of the stairs, and he'll get the info that there are players in ramp, and Rubino's going to take a hell of a lot of damage, drop to 6 HP, but Nordavind continuing their push in towards the A-bomb site as Bubble goes towards the top of the stairs. 27 seconds left. There's the lineup. Blocker gets 2, and it's a massacre here for Bubble.
That it is. Running down the clock, not going to help. Not getting any kills, not going to help either. Also catching flashbangs consistently. Nordavind blind the entire time, just trying to get out on the A site, and that'll be a 5th one on the board for Windigo. And as it stands, Windigo are starting to run away with this half. We're going to see some guns come out on the side there of Nordavind, and perhaps that will change the story.
Just the one Krieg for Rubino. It was a weird decision in the last round with the purchase. They had, a couple of players that had some leftover cash, but buying pistols dropped them to like $950, and it leaves them in a scary situation for this one. So Rubino certainly is the hero for the team, and he's not exactly known for this team to be the impactful player, but he certainly looked good on Mirage. He's had quite a few step-ups. He's had triple kills with a Krieg, so perhaps he can show us a bit of magic. That's what they'll need.
They will.
He's got a disappearing axe, so that's certainly a magic trick.
That's something you can buy now in the menu. Valve just added it, I think. So, anyways, Tensky, Harry, Halzerk. And I say that, Tensky takes an AUG to the face. So, not a round that Nordavind was destined to win, it seems, with the bomb down here in B halls. The remaining 2 members of Nordavind are trying to work their way out middle. It'll be Poison on Catwalk, but overall, not a whole lot of room to run for Nordavind. They get peeked, sprayed, and erased. 6-2. Poison does it for him.
Yeah, as soon as I kind of brought up the point that there was a pattern starting to be established with the back and forth, that's when Windigo have just won every single round. So a large part of that is because Nordavind just haven't had guns. They haven't had money available to them. And that's certainly changed in this one. They've got the Kriegs back in play, although Rubino going for that buy in the last one. I would have liked to have seen him just stick with the rest of the team, but obviously you can make some mistakes, and perhaps it was a mistake purchase, and Rubino is forced to the Mac 10 in this one. Every single player on the CT side has head armor as well. It's not going to be as effective. And look at the damage done on the Nordavind. Oh, a follow-up nade as well. It will be this time. Halzerk hitting the deck. A kill coming through from Blocker. And Nordavind, they're getting absolutely brutalized right now by the CT side.
Spanked is the word that I'm looking for, Dinko. And there's another example of it right there. Ships with a nice peek on the Croman. A little bit of flash assist from Poison. So far, 3v2. Might as well be 3v1, considering Tensky is down to 5 HP. Well, we've seen what he can do in A-halls, but here's a little bit of a different story. As soon as they make noise, as soon as they show face at one of the bomb sites, they're going to get swarmed on. But the rotations seem to be pretty far away, and, well, they want to go towards B. Smoke used by ships to deter that just a little bit. We'll buy a little bit more time as we approach the 52nd on the mark. 50-second mark on the clock. My goodness. A little rusty, man. Sorry.
It's all right. Happens to the best of us. Happened to me quite a few times yesterday.
Happens to Halvor. That's why they fired him, and he's not here today. So.
Yeah, he made a crucial mistake yesterday.
There's a crucial mistake. Chips falls. Tinsky opening the door here, leaving Nordavind a shot in this round. He's got a pretty good forward positioning here on the market with his AWP.
Well, Tinsky, certainly the star for Nordavind at the minute, but he will be finished off by Poison, and it's all on to Rubino. Time to step up for the side. He has the SG looking for the players coming on in. It will be the first headshot connected on a Poison. Can he get the follow-up? This is a desperately needed round from Nordavind. He's going to make it happen. Rubino with the double, and it'll be 6-3. Oh, a little bit of BM as well. Rubino is starting to feel it.
Oh, yeah. And that was a big round for him to take. That flashbang just completely rocked the entire world of Windigo. Sort of like the rockin' world of CSGO.net. Tell us why, Dinko.
Well, because you can use the code Chicago, and you also get, that gives you 30% more on your balance, and also a chance to win some cool new skins, which is certainly not what Rubino has. I'm not a big fan of that one.
Not at all. Of course, CSGO.net, an official partner of Bet. Chicago Invitational. Blocker will have none of that. In fact, that was rough to have watched there in the opening part of this round. So was that. Tinsky with one of his own from the Palace. I have a bad habit. I just keep wanting to call it A-Halls. Sorry.
Yeah, there's a couple of things like that in CS. But people do feel very passionately about their calls, right?
They do.
You get some people getting very angry at you for making the wrong call.
I do hear some typing in chat. I do really wonder what's being said. But here we are nonetheless. And I'm pretty sure that little bit of a noise information is going to transfer all the way over toward the side of Windigo. Ships finding a kill on the Tinsky. They're going to be holding on with a death grip on this A site, and walking right onto it will be Nordavind. Sort of a waste of a round, if you ask me.
Yeah, that just came out of nowhere, where Windigo early looked like they were getting contested, and then suddenly Windigo just take a round win easily. Nordavind just walking into the A bomb site. It's not the way you want that one to go, especially with just a big clutch from Rubino that could have got them right back into this. And then just throw it all away. Definitely strange to see. Let's see if the Glocks from Nordavind have anything of value. Probably not. Should be another one for Windigo. This should be the 8th on the board, and that will be the half one.
It will be.
Ooh. I'm really good at their nade usage here, Windigo. They've got the timings really correct. Yeah,
they've really nailed a few of them. Speaking of getting nailed, Chrome and Rubino stacked up and nailed out. Meanwhile, Harry able to get something, so that helps a little bit, but still a long way to go for Nordavind to turn this round around. Bomb down in the bottom of middle. They're going to peek this underpass, and a round with little to no investment there for Nordavind. Has to be expected.
Well, Harry tucking up tail, running back over towards T-spawn. I mean, getting 2 kills in this kind of round is already a bonus. Anything else is just unbelievable. So he'll head his way back over towards Palace. Obviously, the bomb isn't in his possession, so no bomb plant is available. So just probably going to try and grab another kill, but Bubble is going to be fine this time. Flick shot not connecting, but the follow-up will. So 8-3, Windigo. Much better than they're showing, I have to say, on Overpass. But you can't really get too far ahead of yourself, because you have to realize, you know, Windigo, they had a really solid start on Overpass. They looked good. It was looking like they're going to have a clean win there. And then suddenly Nordavind just came right back into it and sort of had a new sign of life.
Speaking of new sign of life, Windigo having their sails taken right out from underneath their ship over there on the first map. Had it all, it seemed. They had the answers. But it's Nordavind that pulled through an Overpass, found herself a Mirage. Now Nuke is the decider. Finally, an even strength round. We're going to see rifles and utility on both sides. This could be pretty telling as to how the rest of this half is going to go.
Well, we've seen ships up towards the apartments find some damage. Can he get it done here as the first kill comes in? Rubino has been finished off, and the rest of the charge coming in from Nordavind. It's actually stopped a little bit here. They've actually had to stay up inside of the apartments. Ships is still alive. He wraps around the back of them, trying to get it down, but it's Harry with a kill on the bubble, and this is just chaos. How is Ship still alive?
He's just really shipping through the night there. That's outrageous.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, that was nuts. I mean, he stayed alive the entire time. It could have been so much more of a threat here. Nordavind somehow able to win the round out, but
yeah.
Wow.
yeah, like you said, he could have been more of a threat. I feel just because he's still alive, unfortunately, he doesn't see anyone, so he can't really capitalize off of being alive. So, yeah, definitely a crazy round, and luckily it is Nordavind who come out on top of it. So that's their chance to try and build up a little bit of success on the T side. They had their chance in the last one, but they lost 2 in a row. There's again back to winning ways.
8-4, round 13 in front of us. Nordavind looking to put some more rounds behind them on their side. I mean, the very minimum, I'd say 6 is a pretty magical number, considering you have won the first map, and now you're not clearing spots over here on A site. That's going to be a big problem, unless Victor somehow boofs it up, only able to get himself one. There's a trade. Roman's going to come online, too. Fight will ensue for A site as the bomb does get planted. In the meantime, the big flank's there, but it's blocker with nothing to show for it. Ships and Poison. 2v4.
I think at this point it's probably just looking for a couple of exits. Ships, he's got something of value in terms of the AUG and the Kevlar, whereas Poison, 5 HP, he's only got a Scout, so perhaps he'll just lunge himself. And if it's actually quite interesting to see that Ships is the player that's actually close by, and Poison's the one away towards the other side of the map. So Nordavind will get 5. Windigo, not exactly the round they would have wanted. Victor nearly gets it done, though. Like you said, not checking that position. It's kind of strange because he's played that position so many times, and it feels like they've done it again and again and again.
Yeah. Which you get into some sort of Fury's pace, and it's just, it is easy to overlook something like that, but it's not proper. You know, it shouldn't be done that way.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, they're able to pull it out in the end, put a 5th up there. So, all things considered, was it worth it? Probably not. But they got it done. Round 14. Nordavind can grab 6. I'd say they'd had a pretty good half.
Yeah. 6, in all things considering, would be amazing at this point because Windigo have toyed with him, it seems, in quite a few rounds. Nordavind relying a little bit on individuals, but that's a good kill from Poison.
It is. Big one, too.
Well, Tensky, another kill coming in on the Krieg. He's definitely had a field day on that in quite a few rounds, which is nice to see that Nordavind do have someone that can step up and take them to the next level. And this guy on your screen, I think a lot of people are probably expecting a little bit more like Croman on this team, to be more of the star of the side, because he's obviously had that stint in FaZe where he looked really solid. They won Belo Horizonte with him in the roster, right?
Yes. It's true. And somehow, Jordan Nothing Gilbert finds his way to a finals run.
Yeah.
He's filling in for Mousesports. So, what a time to be alive. Here we are. Croman on the bubble, and the numbers have dwindled for Windigo. Nordavind need this round. It looks like they're going to grab it. Because as it stands, 4v2. Unless Ships has the answer here in Halls, and so far he's only got half of it. Croman there with the response. So, this has worked out pretty well. Poison's on the case. 25 seconds left on the clock. Bomb ready to go out. Poison now being pincered right here and deleted right now by Tensky.
We said 6 would be good enough for Nordavind, but 7 would be
Better.
the best.
It would, yeah, you know what? When I think about it, you're right. That is the best option right now. 8-7. So,
I believe the first half of Overpass ended 8-7 as well, so certainly a close affair between the two teams.
I was up there. That actually got to be a lot closer than I expected it to be after, you know, the first half settled. Anyway, Poison going for the jump out early here on this last round and grabs the shot on the Hall Zerk. A nice one, too. They're going to double up on this aggression. Try to take complete control of middle. It's going to cost them blocker.
Nordavind dealing with this aggression well. Yes, Poison finds the opening pick, but Rubino instantly replies. They know the aggression is coming up middle, and Croman is in a good position to deal with it, but Poison might just be the player to follow up again for Windigo. Smoke comes in, that'll sever the information flow, and so Poison will have to sit up in the ladder room, just bide his time.
You see him throw the pistol there to try to pull off a little bit of a sound cue fake. Not sure that they're going to bite on it, though. Rubino's still perched up here outside the window. Still a real chance for him to do some damage in this round. The responsibility looks to be over here on Victor. The sole player on the A site. He's playing from Ticket. Has it in 4 and has a hunch. Here's going to try to get the spray in there, perhaps stop the planet. Doesn't do it. 2-on-2. Rubino, Harry. Victor ships. And as I say that, Victor gets it done. Stops the plant. Bomb is down. 30 seconds. Rubino needs to get in here and retake the site as well as plant the bomb. Little does he know that Victor is the better shot today.
Victor has been playing pretty well. Obviously, you're only getting 9 kills here, but he's had some pretty good showings. A crossover pass. He's had a couple of good frags here on the A-bomb site as well. But that half, yes, it's 9-6, but I really do feel Nordavind were the weaker team there. We've seen a lot more from Windigo. It just feels like a lot of slip-ups came in and a lot of Nordavind to get a few runs, and obviously individuals stepping up, and it's not exactly a sustainable play style. So we'll see if they can win this pistol, get right back into things. It's going to be Harry on the kit and the smoke. And here's your odds from GG.bet. It's 1.23 for Windigo, still favored into this one. But Nordavind, they've dropped it slightly. I believe it was like 4.80 or something at the start.
Yeah, it was just slightly different looking. I don't know. I'm not discounting Nordavind out at all. I mean, this is obviously something where Windigo can certainly lose. And we've seen it over on the map pick of Nordavind. So
it feels quite similar to Overpass, actually, in the way it's being played.
Yeah.
Super close. Windigo get a good start, but then let go of it. So if it does follow suit, then Nordavind could be the victors of this one.
Could be, but that's not for us to decide, Dinko. That's for Gaben himself. And CSGO gods. I'm not going to check here, but Croman with the whiff. Ouch.
Yeah, not great. Just over a minute left on this clock for Windigo as they start to make their way in. Poison's getting quite a bit of map control here and information, but I think he's just been spotted from CT. I think he knows that as well, so he's going to hurry up, go in towards jungle, take that control a little bit faster than he previously intended to do so. And now that he's got it, well, he can try and cut off the rotations. The Windigo are going to go through the B-bomb site, but Halzerk just picks him off, and Poison completely oblivious to that. And so Rubino, these are as easy as they come. In towards him, headshots coming in, and oh wow, well played from Rubino. The 3 kills collected, and it's 7 for Nordavind.
Yep, that's a big one for Nordavind. They needed that pistol round, and they damn sure grabbed it. They're on their CT side. Big round right there to hold on to. 9-7, there's a chance for them to get back into it and tie it up, equalize it.
Yeah, this second shot was actually really nice. And recovering his aim well, being able to take them apart. And 9-7. Windigo not in the most solid position. Only the Glocks available, so Nordavind should be bringing this back to a margin of just 1 round. And Harry just leaning towards CT, but the waterfall is coming at them. It's Tensky taking the kill, Harry finding the follow-up. Ships with the kill on the clock.
Yes, indeed. Getting picked apart like chicken in a bucket.
Or KFC.
Kiev fried chicken.
Kiev.
Gotcha on that one, huh?
I liked it.
And so did Nordavind. Put 8 up there. They're 1 round from tying it, which is the step that they wanted to take. We're going to see some weapons on the side of Windigo now. This is where things get a little bit questionable. This is where things become challenging for Nordavind. Can they make a statement here early on within this half and sort of dictate the pace, or will it be Windigo that start to push them around as we saw in the first half?
Well, let's see what sort of Windigo turn up on the T side. Sometimes they can be a little bit flat. We'll have to see if their individuals are present. And the main individuals we look to are indeed Ships and Poison, but we've seen the likes of Blocker step up time and time again. Here goes a Molotov. Bubble will clear under wood, and completely blinded. Blocker does not get the info that Harry's here, and that might just bite them. There's the kill, there's the bomb, but Windigo still come out on top of the jewels.
That they do. Bomb having stopped from being planted, it'll start to go down again now. It'll be Windigo going for it. Somehow, some way, think does come off. Eventually, Bubble does fall to Rubino, but with the bomb planted, the tide has turned. The momentum has shifted. Poison only get himself 1. We're straight out by Croman. Rubino and Croman now to retake the site.
Well, they know where Ships is. And it's just about trying to get the call safely, and he's not going to allow that too easily. A kill comes into Chrome, and the defuse coming through. It's the kit. It's over. Ships, he has to have teammates alive to buy in time now. And being on short alone, can't quite get to the site quick enough. And the bomb was planted default, so it's not like he can actually play from short in the post plan.
Yeah, that couldn't have gone any more wrong there for Windigo at the end of the round.
Even though, 9-9 yet again. Well, not 9-9, but it's even yet again. We'll see if the AWP battle between Poison and Halzerk could be an interesting one, as Poison is going to run towards the top of middle, look for the initial fight, and it's the Norwegian Opera that wins out the battle. And it's going to be the man advantage for Nordavind, and they'll certainly be looking to try and get double figures here.
That they will. And it's not going to be a battle of top-middle. Poison tried that one. It's not going to work. So they've had to put it in reverse and head back towards A. And in doing so, they've sent Bubble in the Palace. Harry finds himself towards Ticket. And overall, this Nordavind defense can flex to either side. They are still a little bit weary this underpass area. But they are going to have this player, Tinsky, and Connector, and we know what he is capable of. He's going to be spotting the Palace there. Usually what you'd see with an op, but the AUG has delivered us so much more, and it will deliver us the frag onto Bubble.
Well, Halzerk just sitting back, AWP holding off the cross, missed shot, and that really could have been the final nail in the coffin for this Windigo run, but the bomb will get planted. Nope, never mind. Tensky takes that one. Big gap in the smoke.
You could drive a truck through that gap right there. More importantly, maybe even a ship. And I cannot believe that they went for the plant there. They did it. And eventually it is Ships that goes to. Finds the frag. And the second one, a really nice shot on Rubino. Won't matter, though. They're able to sniff him out pretty easily. And Halzerk with the last kill of the round. Nordavind go up 10-9. Again, second map of the series.
Yeah, and they're winning it as well. This is their opponent's map pick. Windigo have come into this with a Mirage pick. And it's certainly not looking amazing for them. They've got max loss bonus starting to build up, though.
Yeah.
Still not a great buy in this one, though. They'll leave some cash in the bank, so we're probably looking at the next one being a better buy from Windigo. So in theory, this should be around for Nordavind, up 11-9. But we've seen stranger things happen.
Yes. The upside down upon us.
Yeah. That's not soon, actually, isn't it? It's a couple of...
Is it?
It's like this month, I think.
See, after the first season, I don't know, man. I tried to watch some of the second one. I just couldn't get into it. Like
it's a little bit different, right?
Hell, I'm not even caught up on Westworld, and I was really excited about that one. I thought it was really cool. Anyway, Croman keeping things exciting here for the Norwegians. They're going to be mopping up that of Windigo pretty quickly and pretty convincingly, and rightfully so. Nothing there to really fight with except for basically pitchforks and rocks from the side of Windigo. So now we're going to see a bye.
Well, it is the solo buy we were talking about. The loss bonus will allow for that. AWP will be present. But yeah, another great hold. It really feels like Nordavind are starting to get into their stride. They're starting to find quite a bit of momentum. Individuals across the board are playing well. It's not top heavy, and that's something that was actually a common theme throughout Overpass. We took a look at the scoreboard at the end of that, and it wasn't a large disparity between top and bottom. So, good sign.
Boom.
But that's a good kill from Poison.
Yeah, much needed kill too. He's got to know that there's a secondary player on Catwalk. Finds him as well. He's on fire, opening up the site with a third. Tinsky and Harry. Nothing can be done from a distance. And it's just Harry now with a smoke and a Molotov. And he's out of dodge. He's done with the round. So please leave me alone. You guys are mean. I do not want to play.
Yeah, Poison certainly is mean. That was absolutely filthy. Just coming out of the apartments, getting himself 2 kills, third off towards short. Beautiful stuff. And
necessary.
Yeah, it's certainly necessary, because if they had lost that one, that's Nordavind straight away, going up to a very fearsome scoreline, also building that momentum to a point where it might even be enough to carry them over the line 2-0. So this is still on. Back in Overpass, it was a real possibility that we could have hit overtime. It was that close, so... Oh, Harry. No, the timing. Oh, he's looked away. There's Bubble coming in. They'll not have anything saved over. Luckily, there is money available on Nordavind. Rubino, the only player without a whole lot of cash, but a pause has come in.
Boom. It's the way he... Okay, so he transitions. He knows the second player on the catwalk. That is a nice shot. And he goes and full commits on this one right here. The guy's in the Molotov already, but you just wanted to add a little insult to injury and you find the frag, and you do everything that your team needed in that round. Windigo up to 10. Nordavind still have this within their crosshairs, still have this within their sight, but perhaps not in this round. It probably will be a bye, just judging by the money. It probably will be a bye, but what will it look like?
I think it'll look pretty good. Tensky can drop over to Rubino, or yeah, anyone can really drop to him apart from Chromin. Halzerk obviously want to go for the AWP. May lack a little bit of utility in a couple of players, but overall it should be a pretty solid buy coming in from Nordavind. And I mean, they didn't really do anything wrong there. I feel like it was just Poison being so good.
Yep.
And just sometimes you just can't do anything about an individual stepping up to that level.
You can't. Sometimes you don't have the answer no matter what you do to try to counter. So. A couple highlights here. We can run back for you all the way from round numero uno.
Yeah, that was the round that Nordavind definitely wanted to get out of their head. The pistol that could have started things off well for them. They recovered well in the first half.
Yes, they did.
Bubble is another sort of underrated player, I have to say, on Windigo. I think he definitely has some great performances. I think with Windigo, when they play on LAN, it seems like a completely different team. They obviously go on to win Mosh. They've won WSG this year. They've got a pretty solid team across the board. But it just seems online they can be such a different team and not really have anything. They can be such a flat team, which is so strange to see. You can have a completely different roster on LAN and then just be absolutely terrible online. And so many teams are like that.
It is kind of alarming in its own way, I suppose. There's an ancient proverb. Dingo, do you know what it is?
No.
Sucks to suck.
That is that's a good one, I have to say. That's one everybody should live with.
Yeah, yeah. But you know, just standard history class taught me that. Sort of like this class in session right now, Windigo at the clinic, being taught everything they need to know about Mirage. They go down there to 12-10. But still plenty of money, so they'll be buying up in this round almost certainly.
Yeah, that was an important one for Nordavind to win, and they get it done, obviously. You can see the odds. They're actually favoring Nordavind now in the series, so they have definitely shifted, and they shift again. 2.62 for Windigo, Nordavind 1.45, and those odds are brought to you by GG.bet.
That's right, an official partner of the GG.bet Chicago Invitational, and by official partner, I mean the actual host.
Yeah, certainly makes sense.
Yes. 1-1. My math, though, won't really check out. 1-1 makes like 5 or something. So. I'm from Alabama, Dinko. You have to forgive me.
Never been to Alabama, so maybe you'll have to visit Ireland, and I'll have to visit Alabama.
Yeah, maybe we can work something like that out.
Exchange program.
Maybe, yeah, like, you know, straight up. I mean, I'm almost 30, so I don't know what your parents would think about that. So.
I mean,
so
yeah,
probably hard time understanding a 30-year-old man in the house. And anyway, 12-10. Here we are now. Nordavind can really begin to run away with this one right here, right now. But this is a big round for them to try to take. Rubino, aggressive in middle. He's going to have some support there. He's going to have a fight, too, before he knows it. And by that, I mean, as he's trying to get out of dodge, it's going to be Bubble. Takes him out. Some good trading, though. So Nordavind definitely still in this round.
Oh, no. Timing's very good for Tensky. Not so great for Blocker. It has been finished off, but Poison again coming in, stepping up, misses the second shot, and Tensky will pick him up, but the bomb just rolls to his feet. That's as perfect as it can get. And 1 minute and 3 seconds left. Ships, he's got to seal the victory.
That they do. We're looking at a 13th round on the board. Nordavind having triangulated and closed in on the bomb here in the A site. It'll take a little bit of a miracle for Ships to win this one. So let's see what he's got. He's going to slowly creep out there. They don't really know where he is. He gets the drop on the first player in Halzerk. Now things become a little bit more interesting. 1 versus 1. Both players, a lot to show for themselves here. And somehow, some way, the Krieg saves the day.
All right. Ships just knows where they are, it seems. He comes out, he reads it well. Throws the Molotov towards the lower wood, and he pulls off the clutch. So Nordavind, they're not out of this one just yet. The money's not great on their side. Windigo, this should be the round that they even things out and might even just take the lead, because that's a hero play from Ships.
That it was, holding on to it. And here we have it. Windigo still in the ballgame. Such a disgusting end to the round.
Yeah, it's like Windigo never want to die. They never know when to die. They just keep going and finding crazy individual plays that save them. And, well, there we go. A cleanup coming through for Windigo. It's 12-12, even again.
Yep. Nordavind knowing where they want to die at, not being in middle. Apparently that is the chosen destination. And here we have it, 12-12. Just as Mr. Dinko said, we're going to be ending the freeze timeout, and things start to get a little dicey. Still a save over there from the side of Nordavind, knowing they can't really buy up too much. It wouldn't even be worth it against the AKs and the Kriegs and the 1 AWP on Poison.
Well, it's good to see Nordavind are making the right economic decisions at least, and not just throwing their cash away.
Yeah.
They will concede the lead most likely, but having a bind the next one can stop Windigo from going any further. There's the kill coming in from Croman. Another one, the flank coming in from Underpass. It's really working out, but Poison turns around, misses the shot, and Croman comes in for a kill. Windigo, this is absolutely brutal.
Yeah, and that's a big flank. Could have been so much more. Tinsky in a 1v2. The bomb trapped over here towards TV room. Tinsky working his way through market. So if they walk out here onto this site, there's going to be a gunfight.
Well, Victor does save Windigo. But Tinsky, he will try and save Nordavind. He makes his way in with the Deagle up towards apartments. They are currently just sitting there. They want to make sure that he comes towards them and they know exactly where he is. Not they've got that info. Things become a little bit more difficult, but he's got an AWP. Unfortunately, cannot catch a timing, and so they're running straight through Underpass, but he might just get them as they go to connector.
That Molotov might have been enough. Quite the shot of them to land there. He's going to go through it. What a madman. An absolute mad lad. The bomb's now kind of stuck, and this is going to be quite the game of cat and mouse. He's going back to B with the bomb.
This is such a smart call from Bubble.
It really is. Tinsky hauling ass over to A. And by the time he figures it out, it's going to have to be a safe call.
Yeah, no kit, nothing available. Just going to be safe. So, well played there from Bubble. But valiant attempt from Tinsky, I have to say.
Yeah, playing through that Molotov, quite the call. So
it's like the Dragon Force song, the Fire and Flames.
It's going to be 13-12. Windigo pulling one out of a hat. Tinsky holding on to an AWP.
So 13-12. As predicted, Windigo will go into the lead, but this is a win in itself, really, from Nordavind. You know, they cause a lot of rebuys. Yeah, and Windigo still have money in the bank, but as long as they try and keep them somewhat modest and also get some kill reward for themselves, this is where the op saved over, even though we wouldn't really have been able to afford that alongside Kevlar. So now they've got that, that's something added to their arsenal, and so the rest of the purchase can come in, and this is the chance for Nordavind to try and equalize yet again.
Yet again, 13-12. This just keeps going back and forth. 3 rounds in a row now for Windigo. They've got some money stacked up. Meantime, it's all in here for the side of Nordavind. They are going to go for it. AWP in the hands of Hulzerk. Now he's going to have to hold on to what he's got.
He was actually dominating the early battles against Poison, so let's see if he can keep that up. In round number 26, he's gone for a very aggressive stance towards the ramp, or defense stance. And so, if any information or a player tries to cross on over, he will be able to collect that, or at least have the chance to collect it. We see a lot of AWPers actually sort of struggle in those kind of angles. We see it on Nuke, on the secret stairs. The dropping the player from the top or bottom of stairs can be very difficult to aim as an AWPer.
That is correct. Now the crunch is going to be on. It looks like they want to do a little bit of a split here onto the A site. If they can take full on mid control. Windigo are going to back out, try to boost the player up here in the window, maybe get a drop on one of these players from Nordavind playing in the window or in the ladder room. Meanwhile, it also seems like Windigo have absolutely no idea where they want to go as of yet. Window smoke in. Won't be surprised. Saw Ships try to get his way in there. Meanwhile, it's Croman with the drop, but unfortunately for him, not able to finish it off.
Yeah, so Windigo have the advantage as they start to run in towards the B bomb site. Rubino has to stand tall. He's got 1 kill on the bubble. Poison coming in, and Victor finds the frag. So Harry and Halzerk, they're into a 2v4 here, and the bomb getting planted for Windigo. It's a save game again for Nordavind, and Windigo will hit 14. Now only 2 rounds away from taking us to that third map, Nuke.
This is the case. Arian Hall Zerk going to save this round, and you are right, 14 on the board. Nice dink there. Hall Zerk was not expecting ships to be all the way up the stairs. Now that makes Harry a little uneasy. Maybe he can save this op. Quite the sprint. You better run, Harry. You better run, Harry, run.
Or just not. Oh, yeah, well, this is. He can just also take the fight and win it. Hopefully, he can do that, or might not even have to. There we go. So, yeah, at least he saves the AWP. That gives them a slight chance, I guess. But again, it's not great here for Nordavind. The money's not really there, but if they end up not buying into this one, that'll allow Windigo up to 15 to map point, and then you just got to be flawless. That's just to bring it to overtime.
That is very much the case.
Then it all starts again. The battle of the rifles. But we'll see if Nordavind can get it done here. They are going to purchase. It's Croman with the M4A4, Harry with a FAMAS, AWP thrown over to Halzerk, and they'll have utility in spades on Tensky, Rubino, and Harry. But the buy for Windigo, again, it's flawless. It's got everything you could possibly want.
Yes, it's true. Freeze time coming to an end now, and Nordavind really putting themselves back against the wall. They've had to do it right here. They've had to use it all, buy it all out. If you look at the odds, they are displaying quite the different story now. Halzerk pushing up close. Ooh. Perhaps with this little bit of aggression on the A ramp, Harry with 1. Perhaps they can get this op activated too. Drop op poison is not what they had in mind. This is a bloodbath. Nordavind, the Norwegians really dropping the scunion down here on Windigo, 13 to 14.
Yeah, well, the odds may not favor them. They do defy them, as that will be 14-13. They have a chance coming back into this. They're only 3 away from taking the series 2-0, find themselves in the winners matchup of Group B. And even that, it becomes pretty difficult.
Another pause brought out. You can imagine who it's from. Both these teams are neck and neck at this point. 13-14 might not be a tie game, but either of these rounds remaining in the regulation can go either way.
Well, it's always good to have a game that takes you right to the edge. You're sitting on the edge of your seat. You have no idea which way this one's going to go. Could go either way still. As both buys are pretty similar. Nordavind just slightly weaker with the MP9 on Croman.
Chrome diggity dog. Let's see what he can do with it. Quick play here from Windigo towards the B halls. Use a little bit of utility here to flush out some damage on the Nordavind. The defense of the Nordavind, the Norwegians are just proper as of right now. Only Croman taking damage, and even then he's only down to 83 HP, so not a very successful opening to the round for Windigo. But this is sort of a misdirection in terms of the timing that they want to present in this round itself.
Well, Windigo, 4 players up towards the A bomb site, 2 in Palace, 2 in the side of the ramp room. So under a minute left, he eventually will have to commit in here. And we've got multiple players on the CT side, but none of them getting any kills, and that's a big problem. As poison comes through, it's all but over. Map points here for Windigo. I just don't know how Nordavind have just dropped off the face of the earth this badly.
Yeah, something's not right. This is not a good look from the side of Nordavind. And almost surely indicative of a third map.
It does seem like that. And it will be a pretty scary time for Nordavind, as it really felt like they had a good chance of taking this series 2-0, but with Windigo starting to come into their stride, who knows which way this is going to go. And again, the winner of this series It's not over yet. They're not out of the groups just yet. They'll have to go and face off against Hellraisers, and that's another difficult challenge.
That is the case. All the utility that could be purchased on Windigo, all of it that you could imagine, stacked as high to the ceiling. Meanwhile, for Nordavind, it's a scramble to put together some sort of defense here. AWP in the hands of Rubino, Halzert with an M4, as well as Croman.
Well, let's see if Rubino can show us what he's made of on the AWP. Certainly gone aggressive with it up towards Palace. And on the other end of the wall is Bubble. So if Rubino catches the time, catches Bubble trying to cross back, he can certainly find this kill. But Bubble just sitting there. Rubino starting to get a little bit impatient. Starts to move forward. There's the kill. So the patience pays off. Bubble, he does drop. And perhaps if Nordavind are going to have a chance, it is here.
Yeah, it's here and now. Can't afford to lose another round. So the only way they can go is forward. Rubino already having had a little bit of contribution in this round. Now it's Halzerk's turn, the back of B site towards jail. Him and Croman.
Oh.
Tag team, quite the drop. Tinsky just jumping out of the window.
Croman, how have you not seen him?
That was awkward.
Yeah, that's really awkward, but Halzerk able to recover, rectify the mistake, but shit, he's clutched so far for Windigo. Can he do it again? This time it's a step harder. It's a 1v3, and the bomb's on the other end of the map.
And the
no time. Yes, so no chance for ships.
Gonna say that this one has sailed.
Yeah, it certainly has.
15-14, Nordavind on the brink of taking us to overtime, winning this series and eliminating Windigo. Or we go to a third map. Being Nuke, of course, for just joining us. Welcome back to the GGBet Chicago Invitational.
Well, overtime really is on the cards. It was on the cards on Overpass as well. It didn't come through. It was actually Nordavind who took that one away. But if Windigo want to do the same, get a map under their belt, they've got to do it here. Well, they could do it in overtime, but obviously they want to do it here. Let's see if Nordavind have any life left in them.
Now is the testament of time for this team.
Tinsky just waiting for someone to come in towards his crosshair. And I think Windigo should start to realize Nordavind have thrown this ramp aggression in so many times. It's so difficult to deal with a double stack. Tinsky takes the initial damage, falls away. You have the bait and switch for the player in the corner. So in theory, it should at least get one kill for Nordavind.
It should. And it could, but would it? But will it? That Molotov's going to back that Opera off in Halls a little bit. It's poison. Molotov being flammable either way. A site about to go up and a hit right now. It's Windigo. Pressing on for map point. And holding on just on the other side of the smoke will be that of Nordavind. It's going to be an entirely A hit. Just one player and ships over on the other side of the map. Croman with him. No one's budged. Meanwhile, all this utility, just about everything they got being used over here on the side of Windigo.
Yeah, 30 seconds left. They eventually have to go for this, and it really is just A. They've got a full rotation in here. One player, Croman over towards B, but Victor deals with it. Gets 2 kills. Bubble finds 1, but Halzert doing a good job. Gets 1. That's not enough. Croman left alone. It looks like it is going to be a 16-14 victory here for Windigo, and we will be seeing that final map of the series, Nuke.
Yes, Norwegian smiling all around now, as you can see the rejoicing there.
Yeah.
That is going to a third map. I can imagine that Vendetta is on the edge of his rocking chair or wherever he is right now. Overall, though, this, going the way that it has, this was Windigo's map pick. So I guess there's a little bit of something to be said there.
Yeah, they do win their map picks, but barely. Both teams, the first one super close, second super close as well. But that third map, I think that's a little bit more up in the air.
Yeah, it certainly is. Third map being Nuke, and of course, this is an elimination game for Group B. So everything now kind of coming together in a way that the story will be told on the third map. We have a completely clean slate, and now we have to decide who will be winning it. Dinko, this has been back and forth thus far.
It has been back and forth, and I think coming into the third map of the series, this is just, I literally cannot predict who's going to win it. I predicted a 2-0 from Windigo, but they've looked up and down, looking flat, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, We'll have to see. We're going to do that when we come back from this break. This is the GG.bet Chicago Invitational. We'll be right back.